In the VIP lounge of an underground casino, Maeve, the Falcone family's princess, had been plied with too much hard liquor. It was nothing but a miserable life. A thug spoke with vulgar contempt, and the room turned cold instantly. All eyes turned straight to me as I shuffled cards behind the poker table. I moved like a numb machine, shuffling and cutting the deck before placing the ace of spades on the felt. Texas Hold'em, no limit. Place your bets, gentlemen. I pushed 2 whole cards across the green felt to Declan with crisp, flawless movements. Declan finally looked up. His eyes were filled with contempt, disgust, and bottomless hatred. He ignored his cards, staring straight at me through cigar smoke. My sword-dealing wrist trembled slightly. Sienna? His voice was low and raspy. I heard you ran off with a rival family's capo. Did he grow tired of you and cast you aside? Now you're reduced to dealing cards in my casino? The room of soldiers fell silent, waiting to see what the Don would do next. Maeve covered her mouth in exaggerated surprise. Oh my god, it really is Sienna! How did you end up like this? If you're desperate for work, just say so. Even though you abandoned Declan for money when he had nothing, I can still get you a toilet cleaning job at my estate. She deliberately stressed those words. And the men around burst into jeers and mockery. She brought this on herself. The Don rules half the underworld now, while she's just a card dealer. Her nature never changes. She'd make far more if she took off that uniform. I listened to their crude taunts with no expression, as if they spoke of a stranger. 7 years had turned me into an empty shell with no feelings left. To escape the bounty on my head, I'd cleaned bloodied slum streets and hauled heavy crates in back alley warehouses. I'd faced guns pointed at my head and endured insults from losing gamblers. Dignity was torn to pieces the same night my father's life was destroyed in the rain 7 years ago. I shuffled the deck with mechanical precision once again. Don Declan, your cards. Declan stared deep into my eyes, searching for shame or tears, anything to break my calm, but he found nothing but endless exhaustion. My indifference enraged him. He let out a cold laugh and tossed a thick wad of cash onto the floor. You always loved money, didn't you? Declan looked down at me with cold sharpness in his eyes. Get out here. Kneel down and pick it up. It's all yours when you're done. He meant to humiliate me completely. 7 years ago, he was a nobody looked down on by all, once breaking 2 ribs in an underground fight just to buy me a simple dress. Seeing him wealthy and powerful now, I only felt quiet relief. He was doing well, even if I was no longer part of his life. Maeve leaned against him, giggling. Declan, don't be too harsh. She refused my nanny offer, but this is plenty of money. Hurry up and pick it up, Sienna. I had no choice but to obey. I needed the money badly. I stepped from the table, walked to his feet, and knelt down without a single change in my expression. 1 bill, 2 bills, 3. Just as my hand reached the last one, Maeve's stiletto heel slammed hard onto the back of my hand. Sharp pain spread as the heel broke skin and drew fresh blood. Oops, I didn't see you there, Maeve said falsely, grinding her heel down even more deliberately. I did not flinch or pull away. I knelt calmly, waiting for her to move. Then I picked up the blood-stained bill with my injured hand. I silently calculated how much food this money could buy, how I could finally get proper meals for my mother. That was all my life was now. No love, no hate, only endless bills and debts I could never pay off. Dignity was a luxury only the rich could afford. Thank you for your generosity, Don. I tucked the cash away and stood. Declan saw my numbness, saw my hands, once tending his wounds gently, now rough with card-dealing calluses and marked by fresh blood. His pupils narrowed sharply, emotions surging beneath his cold exterior, but the moment faded fast. He kicked over the leather chair beside him. Get out. Find a replacement. I could not leave. I needed tonight's tips to cover my mother's unpaid medical bills, and loan sharks were already sending threatening notes again. I went to the restroom, rinsed my wound, wrapped it tightly with the silk scarf around my neck, then walked back into the smoke-filled hostel lounge.